Hello, beautiful. We are going to play with 5 colors of eyeshadows today, and we're going to do a full-on palette, multitasking. We're going to do one eye here that has more warmth, more shimmer, and one eye here that is a cooler tone and more matte, using these 5 eyeshadow palettes. Lisa D. Ligori with Simple Beauty Minerals, clean, effective, natural beauty. Let's create this look. All right, so the first thing we're going to start with is we're going to apply concealer, and I use the fair because of my coloring. We also have fair medium, and I'm going to apply it to my entire eyelid as an eyeshadow base. I also have it underneath my eyes for concealer. So this is fair concealer. I am using my mini Buki. I think I call it mini fluff brush. I'm going to go right literally from the base of the lashes to under the brow on the inside corner as your shadow base. I'll get the other side. I'm picking up the minerals from the lid and tapping off excess and getting a good layer as a shadow base. And actually, there are some days when I just wear that and mascara, and it's a really good look. You could also use your foundation powder. The Perfect Cover or the Scentsy Rich are great for a shadow base and a shadow color. And here is our palette. Okay, so now that we have the eyeshadow base on, the first color I'm going to use is Almond out of the 5 color palettes. And let's see, there's Almond. It is, I call it a neutral because all variations of tones can wear it. And I'm going to use it as a transition color. So I'm going to pick up the fluffy angled brush, blending brush, and I'm going to pick up the Almond from the lid and just apply it, generously to the crease. I'm not going to be precise. This is our transition color. This helps to blend everything in, and it just gives it the look more depth. Okay, so not a lot of precision, just blending it into the middle of the eye, going, inside, not too far in. We don't want to darken this very much, although Almond is not a dark color. And I'm going to do that on both sides. I'm going to do a matte eye and a eye with some sheen with the same palette of colors. So just window wiping the color Almond. It's a great transition shade. Okay, now I'm going to pick up Fawn, put that back here, and Fawn is a warm brown shimmer, light brown, golden brown shimmer, and it is gorgeous. I'm going to apply Fawn on the lid of my eye right here, and then I'm going to, on the other eye where we want a matte eye, I'm going to apply Simple Basics. But first, let's do the Fawn. So I'm going to pick up our eye shading brush and dip it into Fawn. I'm going to pick up a good amount of color, but definitely tap off any excess. And I'm going to just press in the color all the way to the inner lid. I want a goodly amount of color laid down. We're going to blend later. Okay, that's Fawn. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side with Simple Basics. So, and the difference being not only that there's a shimmer, but that this has a little bit more depth of color, and the Simple Basics is a creamy beige. I'll show you in just a moment, and it will make your lid pop a little bit more if that's something you like. Going lighter on the lid, remember, light brings things out, depth recedes, darkness recedes. So I'm going to wipe off the eye shading brush. Alternatively, you could use a designated or a dedicated brush for light and dark, although Fawn is not a dark color, it's kind of in the middle, so I didn't do that. All right, so now I'm going to pick up Simple Basics. It's a creamy matte beige, which can be used for so many things. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other eye. So a little bit different look, but we still have Almond as transition on both eyes. Padding. Okay, I'm just going to leave that as is. And next I am going to use Soft Touch, which is almost has a purple cast to it, kind of a rosy brown. Good, very good neutral, specifically for cooler tones. But again, I'm mixing a cooler brown with a warmer brown, Soft Touch being the cooler brown and Fawn being the warmer brown, and the colors can work really well together. Okay, I'm going to take Soft Touch with our crease brush. Okay. And I'm going to go in the actual crease. And I'm going to sort of dot it on first. And then I'll do some blending with the window wiper effect. A little bit more. I'm going to do this on both sides. I'm going to make sure I'm getting in the crease. If you have hooded eyes, you want to make sure that you cheat your crease and bring the color up so that when you open your eyes, you can see the color. Okay, I'm just going to go back. I'm going to go over to this eye now and do the same thing. And then we're going to do the same color, Soft Touch, in the corner of the outer eye for emphasis. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do a little V. I'm just dotting it on. Making sure the color stays up, and I'll show you a trick when we're done here on how to, make sure I don't forget to show you that trick, how to, if anything, if it comes down a little bit in the application process, how to lift everything up. Okay. Good. Now I'm going to take Bliss, which is the 5th color in the palette that we're working with today. Bliss is one of my favorite colors. It's a rosy beige. It's like Simple Basics, only it has shimmer and a little bit more rose blush to it of a tone. I am going to take Bliss on this side, which has the Fawn, which is the shimmer shade. Where's my, I'm going to use the eye shading brush again. So I'm taking, make sure I'm dipping into the right pot. Taking Bliss on this side under the brow, and I'm going to bring it in here. This inner corner tends to get dark on most of us, and I always want to keep that light. So I'm going with some Bliss under the brow here, open up the eye, just give a little pop. Bliss is this one. And then in here, we're going to still blend. I'm going to go back and blend everything. I'm wiping the brush off, and now I'm going to go in with Simple Basics, which remember is that creamy beige. And I'm going to, because this is our matte eye over here, I'm going to use Simple Basics on the other eye. Okay. So if you like a full-on matte look, this would be your bright beige, creamy whitey beige, for lack of better adjectives. Okay. Now I'm going to blend. I have my blender brush, and I'm just going to go in and do some blending it all out. Make sure there's no lines or patches. And if you feel that you blend too much and color came off, you can go back and apply that color and just touch up. Okay. Now, you can see the 2 different eyes. I'm going to go in with Black Coffee Mineral Liner. I'm going to line under the eyes and a little bit on the outer corner. And I draw like dashes or dots. And I don't always go all the way in. It just depends on what look I'm going for. And now outer, and I want to give a little flick kind of when I lift the pencil up, because I don't want it to inadvertently come down. We don't want to bring anything down. We want everything to be lifted up. Okay, and we're going to blend in a moment. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other eye. And a little flick up. Okay, now I'm going to smudge. is I'm going to take my crease brush and I'm going to dip it into Soft Touch, which was the color we used in the crease and on the corner for emphasis, and I'm going to smudge the line using a little bit of Soft Touch. Just softening. And I'm bringing, when I'm smudging, the line up. This is where you can take, if your shadow, you've noticed things are sort of coming down a little bit farther than you'd like and you're not getting that illusion of lift, this is where you can take some concealer or foundation, dip a flat brush. I like to use my concealer brush. Just going to add a little concealer and go up. We're almost erasing anything that fell down a little bit. Okay. And now you have everything lifted. All right. Now I'm going to play with this palette of eyeshadow colors some more. I am going to use 2 of them as blush colors, 1 on each side. I'll take Fawn that we used. Fawn is the warm shimmer brown that we used on the lid over here, and I'm going to put it as a blush on this side as well. So using the Perfect Blush Brush, I'm going to dip it into the shadow lid and pick up some color, tap off excess, give myself a really warm sheen. Go there. If you feel like you need a little blending, you just take a big fluffy brush and you just do a little blend. But I love Fawn as a cheek color. So pretty. Now I'm gonna wipe off this brush, clean it off, and I'm going to use Almond, which is the color we used in our transition, for our transition shade, on this cheek, on the matte side, because Almond is more of a neutral matte. Okay, Almond. Multitasking. These products are amazing for multitasking. I added some eyelashes and now we're going to do lips, and I'm going to show you a trick that you can also do with this 5 palette eyeshadow look for your lips. But first, let's put a little Adore lip liner and get our lips ready to go. And today I'm going to use blush lipstick. And let's add a touch of Bliss right in the middle. Bliss is the eyeshadow that we used right under the brow here for the little pop of sheen and brightness. Isn't that fun? You could also slick a little lip balm or clear lip gloss on and apply Fawn, which is the shimmer brown that we put on this lid here and this cheek, right on your lips. So you have a very versatile array of products here.